Do it for Christina. There we go. Hey friends, so kind of coming in mid-morning here, got the kids dropped off. There's this wonderful invention of school systems where they decide like once every month or every other month to have an early release day on Wednesday. So they basically cut the school day in half. So look, I'm able to manage it pretty well. I'm sure I've griped about it before now that I'm thinking about it, but it's, you know, they cut the school day in half. I'm able to manage it because, you know, I work from home, I have a flexible schedule. It's still kind of a pain though because there's a lot of stuff I need to get done. I can't imagine how much of a pain this kind of thing is for two working parents. I don't fully understand the reasoning why, other than just teacher in-service stuff or whatever. I don't get it. But it's kind of a huge pain. So what I'm working on right now is, as it stands, we have, Matt and I kind of have two Facebook pages that operate under the guise of the brand of HVIII Brand Goods. We have a HVIII Brand Goods page. We have Matt's athlete page, which has a ton more followers. So I'm going to be combining those two pages today, merging those together using a function you can use on Facebook. So that being said, I've got to kind of rush and do what I'm doing here for work, and then I'm going to try to get out and throw, work on my height events, sheath and weight over bar. I've been kind of stuck on those for a little while. Sheath moved a little bit, weight over bar has been stuck forever, so I'm actually going to practice them. I know, weird. As promised, stepping out to throw some sheath. This is my 18-pounder from MDS Highland Games implements. So I'm still breaking this in. You can see on it that the holes aren't really worn in that well. I've only thrown it once before this. Just trying to break it in. I'll walk by and jam the fork in once in a while, but haven't really doing that much. So today will be a little bit of a break-in day. I've been throwing these MDS bags a lot around Texas, and they're great. They're really, really good. They're kind of in the mold of the Clevenger bags. What I really enjoy about these, I'm not gonna say like they make you throw higher or anything like that, because you make you throw higher, but what I really like about them is that the shape is so consistent and the weighting is so consistent throughout that all you have to think about is the motion of your throw. You don't have to consider the weight of the bag, you don't have to consider the distribution of the weight in the bag, the shape of the bag, any of that kind of stuff. You just jam the fork in and you go, and that's really, really valuable when you're trying to hit, when you get up towards PR range, when you're in the middle of a competition. It's nice to have one less thing to worry about. Get a sheath bag that's not a piece of junk. Go to MDS Highland Games Implements. Check them out on Facebook. I'll link below. My back is not feeling great right now, hence the sweet, I don't know, guy that works for a moving company belt that I got going on right now. So it's really hard to get violent, but just try to stay away from that and just try to be smooth.
There's a line I have to break that says what goes up there, what goes up goes down. Every time I hesitate, we lose a week, something else goes wrong. Colorado calls to me, we'll build a home of salt and earth and sky. Colorado calls to me, but I don't just stand there dreaming, 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 dreaming. Say goodbye to the son of a bitch who killed the dinosaurs years before their time. Say goodbye to the son of a bitch who sank the ship and lost with Neptune. She's got a broken leg, but I can't hold.
Okay, so here I am picking up Hannah 2 hours after I dropped her off. Yes, it's a little dent in the productivity, but I do get to spend a little bit more of a day with the kids, and I like them. I like them a lot. That's some good guitar playing. You're playing fast. Right. So an 18-pound sheath. For those of you that are familiar with Highland Games, you'll know that the sheaf usually comes for men in two varieties, the 16 pound and the 20 pound. 20 pound is more common for when you're throwing in the amateur or the open classes, especially the A class. The pros throw a 20 as well. And the 16 is something that actually we throw in the lightweight class and the masters class, but in the open classes, the open men classes, it's becoming more and more rare. Mainly because I think throwers are getting better, for one thing, and that the standards aren't getting any bigger. The height standards that we're throwing over aren't getting any bigger. And once you get around 36 feet, it's really hard to keep those things upright. So a lot of people are getting to the point they can throw 34, 36 feet with the 16-footer. So it's really just a pragmatic thing where the 20 is becoming more prevalent. So being that I've had to throw the 20 a little bit this year, I like having the 18-pounder for the same reason that I like having off-weight implements in every other event, is that it gives me the ability to work on a few different things in terms of speed and doing things closer to competition speed without the strain of the full weight implement. It's why it's nice to throw the 42 or the 49 instead of the 56. There's only so many things you can really think about and implement during a throw of the 56 because you're really just fighting to get that thing moving and keep yourself from flying out of the box when you're throwing. So same type of thing when throwing the 18-pounder instead of the 20. The other real key thing is that a lighter weight implement allows me to get more reps without just getting wrecked. The 20-pound bag, especially at my size, but really at anybody's size, that's a big weight, especially when it's moving fast. When it's flying down, when you're pushing it down as hard as you can on your right side or left side, whichever, if you throw wrong. And when that thing's moving, it weighs a lot more on the end of that fork. So it exerts a little bit more stress on you. And the ability to get more reps of that 18 is really a big deal. So that's why, I constantly am always bothering Marcelo from MDS about getting me other off-weight implements and finding new ways to do that thing. Sometimes it's nicer to work with something heavy too. It'll teach you it'll reinforce position a little bit more. But the lighter stuff, especially with sheaf, that was good today because I needed a lot of reps.
We don't give a